I've been in the fire department 23 years now. When I grew up, I never thought about women being in the fire service. I never even thought about the fire department itself. I lived out in a rural community, went to school, went to college. I have actually a bachelor's in business administration. Was going to be an accountant by all means. And when I graduated, the city was trying to recruit women at that time into the fire department. And so I applied and went through the process and got hired. Was a little unsure at that time. Mainly didn't know if I could physically do the job because that was a question in most of the firefighters' minds, when they were talking about hiring women, But one thing about the fire service, everything is teamwork. You're doing everything with a partner, and it does take a certain level of strength, and certain skill sets to fit into the organization. But once I got into recruit school, I really found a niche, I loved the work that I was doing. You guys are always happy to see me. A lot of my friends, when they reached about 40 years old, I remember talking with them, and a lot of them were executives in businesses, had really good careers, and they all at about 40 were, stepping back and saying, I really want to change careers. I want to find something where I make a difference. I've never had that thought. I've been very fortunate to have a career where I feel like I'm able to make a difference, and it's been very rewarding. Everybody sees the glitz and glamour of fire suppression, the fires, the firefighters and the fire trucks rushing to the alarm. That's all exciting and everything, but it's being very reactive to a situation, and usually not a very positive outcome. I mean, we might put the fire out, somebody will not lose their life, but there's still devastation to some family in one form or another. Being in prevention now and being on the proactive side of it, I consider that another way of fighting fire. Yeah, the TBU was better, yeah. Young women today have many opportunities in front of them, and I think that giving a really long, hard look at the fire service. It's a rewarding job. It's a one big family. The women in the fire service here in the city of Grand Rapids have really found a niche here and are doing a good job. The culture has changed. I think the women have brought some things into the fire service that probably weren't there before, as far as just a different way to look at things. At a very young age, I became pretty self-sufficient. My dad was pretty ill when I was younger. In order to maintain the house, I worked with my mom, and I still do that. I'm known as my mom's handyman. I think some of it's the sense of accomplishment and finishing something, because sometimes in the fire service you don't get see that finished product, and that might be part of it. And I love doing it. I have a passion for it. Every step that I've taken as I've advanced in the fire service, there's always that question about, is this the right move? Am I going to be effective here? Can I make a difference? It's important to me that my coworkers, my colleagues, have a lot of respect, for what I do and for me. That's very important.